Welcome to New Sky TV. It's explosive. Guo Yuxin's 3 billion view hit has cemented her legendary status. But when she captivated 3 billion viewers with her nuanced acting in Summer of Fendra, wasn't the lie that short dramas don't need acting skills shattered by this very girl? Have you ever wondered why Lulu's 3-second climax theory, which once gave her the confidence to confront netizens in a live stream, now sounds like a shaky fig leaf? When Guo Yuxin, holding the annual Popularity Star Actress Award at the 2025 Hengdian Micro Short Drama Night, choked up as she said, "I'll act well so everyone can have confidence," didn't that twisted logic of short dramas only need a lot of exciting moments, and poor acting doesn't matter suddenly seem so pale and powerless? Isn't Summer of Fendra, with over 3 billion views on a single platform, the gentlest way to deliver a resounding slap in the face to all actors who rely on pile-up resources and slack off on acting? Once upon a time, in the world of micro-dramas, didn't the satisfying formula of CEO's triumphant return and son-in-law's rise to power numb the entire industry like poison? That straightforward formula of starting from a lowly position, then gaining an unfair advantage, and finally slapping the villain in the face, coupled with a rapid plot twist every 3 seconds, wasn't it the cheap opium that countless viewers both loved and hated, unable to resist? Under this model, heavy on pacing, light on acting became the unspoken rule, as if as long as there was enough melodrama and enough dramatic twists, the actors' stiff faces would automatically conjure up so-called acting skills. But the appearance of Summer of Fendra shattered this industry illusion like a hammer blow. Don't you think this precisely proves that truly good acting, in any genre, is a hard currency that penetrates the screen and strikes the heart? Although it revolves around the familiar theme of contractual marriages within wealthy families, Guo Yuxin's precise emotional nuances, subtle micro-expressions, and natural, fluid body language vividly bring to life a realistic, flesh-and-blood character, one that evokes both sympathy and admiration. Within the concise framework of the short drama, according to data from EdGroup, over 3,500 new short dramas were launched online in the first half of 2025, resulting in fierce, almost suffocating competition. Don't you think that in such a red ocean, Summer of Fendra surpassing 3 billion views is itself a resounding warning to the entire industry? Audiences' tastes are subtly evolving. Who can say that people are only satisfied with fleeting sensory stimulation and don't crave emotional resonance that touches the heart and lingers in the mind? In 2025, amidst the wave of public opinion that anti-cliché short dramas are wildly popular and audiences have been fed up with clichés for too long, wasn't everyone voting with their fingers, telling the producers, "We're tired of unrealistic characters and formulaic plots. What we want are genuine emotions, believable characters, and even a single tear of sincere acting"? Yet, at this very moment, those actors known as resource-backed stars are still using lavish sets built on capital to forcibly occupy the top scripts and co-stars. Don't you think this is the biggest irony of the content is king era? Take Lulu as an example. This workaholic among workaholics has partnered with top male gods in the short drama circle, such as Wang Haosin, Shen Si, and Shen Haonan, with her status reaching the ceiling. But once the camera zooms in, her exaggerated expressions, out-of-place crying scenes, and monotonous performances are like a dull knife, brutally cutting the exquisite anti-cliché script into a joke. Some professionals defended her, saying, "Short dramas are all about a climax every 3 seconds, audiences buy into that." But do you really believe that when viewers click on a drama for its anti-cliché ingenuity, only to find the actors still using exaggerated tropes from the domineering CEO and his domineering wife era, won't the sense of being fooled and frustrated quickly overwhelm all trust like a tidal wave? Isn't this resource-backed model systematically consuming viewers' patience, lowering the industry's ceiling, and even digging its own grave for the emerging genre of short dramas? The China Microdrama Industry Development White Paper, 2025, shows that the industry has moved from a scale explosion period to a stock competition period, with the annual market size expected to exceed 100 billion yuan and nearly 700 million users. Under such a scale, can the superficial trend of emphasizing traffic over strength continue to deceive increasingly discerning audiences? In stark contrast are actors like K. Chun, who take a quality route. He doesn't rely on melodramatic plots to grab attention. Instead, he made a name for himself with a Cantonese drama, What a Good Girl, which focuses on everyday life, using nuanced acting and genuine emotion. Don't you think this proves that, without top-tier resources, acting skills are the only true currency for actors to transcend cycles and earn respect? In 2025, the high-quality development of micro-dramas took hold. Works like Super Surgery Live Room move beyond simple conflict narratives, focusing on the warmth and coldness of human relationships. This elevation of emotional expression isn't it a declaration to the entire industry that the value of acting is being rediscovered, while those resource-backed actors who only know how to stare, scream, and cry awkwardly will ultimately be forgotten by the audience? A microdrama industry professional revealed, in 2026, we will allocate 70% of our traffic resources to top-tier, high-quality content, and the remaining 30% to mid-tier content. Those low-quality, formulaic content will basically have no exposure. Doesn't high quality here precisely include the most crucial dimension of acting quality? Even more devastating is that 2026 will see the strictest regulatory test for microdramas. All unregistered existing dramas will be forcibly removed from all online platforms, the investment threshold will be raised from 1 million to 3 million yuan, and a three-tiered management system of key, ordinary, and other categories will be officially implemented. Don't you think this policy-driven approach is practically a death sentence for resource-backed actors? When compliance becomes a basic requirement, and content must be traceable, auditable, and accountable, what will those actors who rely solely on capital but whose acting skills don't match the resources used to cope with the market's brutal reshuffling? Guo Yuxin, a member of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, pointed out incisively that the traffic-first logic has led some creations to deviate from the correct value track, misleading perceptions, eroding thinking, and distorting values. Isn't it time for us to say goodbye to that cheap pleasure of acting skills don't matter, just enjoy the show and rediscover the warmth and weight that work should have? In the current context of rapidly upgrading aesthetic standards among short drama audiences in the industry moving towards high-quality productions, isn't the old model of resources galore but acting skills mediocre already like a leaky boat, slowly sinking under everyone's watchful eyes? At the 2025 Hongdian Microdrama Night, when Guo Yuxin held her trophy and said, "It gives everyone confidence," wasn't the confidence she referred to the most composed self-assurance, the most solid armor, and the roots that acting skills give an actor, allowing them to stand firmly in any storm? As the short drama industry shifts from low-cost fast-moving consumer goods to high-investment, high-quality productions, and from simple emotional venting to multiple emotional expressions and value transmission, is acting skill still merely a dispensable decoration? No, it has long become a key variable determining whether a work can touch people's hearts, transcend time, and even influence the emotional memories of a generation. Don't you think what we need most now is to abandon the blind worship of resources and return to the most basic and sacred respect for acting skills? Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.